What's good? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV. We're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What is going on, y'all? Now, before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up on the horizon. Now, tomorrow is Thursday, which means that Chasing Dallas will be airing tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central on the Chasing Reality platform. Be sure to tune into that. And then right after the show is over, be sure to tune into the Chasing Panel, which will be airing right here on Scotty by Nature TV. Tune in as Scotty, Jamar, Carl, Shamil, Terrence, and Jeremy all come together to give our opinions on tomorrow's episode. So make sure you guys get into that. So with that being said, you guys, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements. So we're going to go ahead and get into the mess. Now, we're here to talk about Miss Monique Samuels and people like Gizelle Bryant, honey. Now, Monique Samuels recently did an interview, okay, where she talked about producers were constantly protecting people who should have been exposed. And these are things that Candace Dillard recently talked about, how Giselle has constantly been protected. Now, we're going to get into what Monique said, and then after Monique say what she say, we're going to come back with my commentary, and then y'all going to leave y'all commentary down below. So let's get into it.
In there for everybody, including myself. And listen, I was ready to unleash and unload, and they didn't show half of what was done. To this day, I still recall certain things that happened that weren't shown. Like there was this one point where after the binder, the biggest memory that I have, and the thing that I hate that they didn't show, with Giselle, she was so upset and she was so quiet after lunch, like had nothing to say. When Chris came out and pretty much read her, she lost it and she just blurted out, F you! She like lost it, and they never showed it, but she lost it. And I was like, that pretty much summed up, why I left, because they were constantly protecting the people who should have been exposed and show who they really are on and off camera. And they kept these protections for people to the extent of not even protecting, my innocent children, and those whole narratives that they were trying to point out. And it just got me to a point where I was just like, you know what? I don't have to deal with this. This is too much. And I decided to walk away.
Why do you think that pick and choose protection, if that's what it was there in the first place?
Well, if you're a puppet master, you're going to keep your puppets. So the ones that you can control, the ones that you can get to do what you want them to do, you're going to keep those people. But the ones who speak up like me and say, no, that's not me, I'm not doing that, I'm not saying that, we're the ones that get the hardest time, because we're not doing what they want us to do. We're not creating the show that they want. We're still trying to maintain a sense of who we are.
All right, so that was Monique Samuels, and that was her basically exposing Giselle as being a production puppet for the network. And I will say that I agree with everything that she said. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I don't. I agree with everything that she said. I honestly have always felt like Giselle was protected. I remember when the reunion filmed back in 2020, that particular reunion, it was season 5, the season of the fight or whatever. I remember it plain as day. Um, they were spilling tea about what happened at the reunion, and those were one of the biggest things that they said happened, was that Giselle had like this big ass breakdown after, Karen and Monique drug her or something like that. That was in the blogs. But then all of a sudden, when the reunion came out, or whatnot, it wasn't shown. And I want to know why it wasn't shown. I mean, if we could sit up here and show these people fighting, making themselves look like hood girls in the hood fighting and shit in the middle of the street, then why can't we show this lady right here, Gizelle Bryant, who always can run amok in the palace and always, do a lot of things that she ain't got no business doing. If you could show me fighting, then why didn't you show the breakdown that was happening with this particular woman? Is it because it was going to make her look bad, or it was embarrassing to her? But if that was the reason why you took it out, then there's a lot of things that happens on this show that is embarrassing to the rest of them, and they don't never change it around and edit it out a certain type of way to make it look better in their favor. Now, while Monique has a point, I also want to point out that Monique fell for the okey doke as well. And this has been a conversation that has been brought up multiple times for the last couple of years now since she's been going. She fell for the okie doke too. She knew that Gizelle was the puppet master, and I really believe that that's why she started to kiss her ass her last season of the show. Because for so long, Gizelle hated on Monique from the very beginning. She didn't like Monique. It was something about Monique that she just did not like. She had this big disdain for the girl from the very beginning. And then when Candace pissed Gizelle off, she enlisted Monique to come in and ice her out right alongside her. Now, you know that this girl is a production puppet, and you know that this girl is protected by production, but you sitting up here, having afternoon lunches, laughing with her as she drags your good friend, your little sister that you proclaim Candace was to you, and allowed her to get you roped into a plan where y'all was gonna ice another female off the show. But then, and also, not only did you do that, but you allowed Gizelle and Ashley to get into your ear where you was being a dog with a bone, going after Candace relentlessly and just flat out turning on her and listening to the things that a person who really can't stand you actually said. And I just felt like there was a lot of things that could have been avoided with that whole season. So you showed your ass your last season because you was listening to the production puppet and you became a puppet of the production puppet, if that makes sense. So while you got a point and while I believe everything that you said, I feel like you should also take accountability for allowing yourself to be played by the same puppet that you're exposing. Does that make sense? Because that's what I think. That's what I believe. I feel like Monique would still be on this show if she didn't fall for the okie doke and fall for the trap that Gizelle laid for her ass to be in. Because Gizelle didn't want her ass on the show. She wanted her gone. And by her going after Candace the way she did and putting her hands on her, they gave her the free range to do just what she wanted to do, and that was to get rid of Monique. And that's just on period. She got a point, but she fell into the trap herself. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'm really interested to hear and see what you guys are going to say in the comment section. Now, before we get up out of here, y'all do know we got to pay bills. Make sure you guys pre-order Tremell's new single, Everything, the remix featuring Rico with a K. They got a video that's coming out and it should be dropping soon. Carl, aka K-Star, has a brand new song out right now called Cock Goblin and is now available everywhere, as well as Bando Kane. His new single, The Nasty Remix, is available now and it features Tay G, Alonda the Blonde, as well as the Hood Hoes. Be sure to support all three of them because they are independent artists and all three mean the absolute world to me, as Tony Braxton would say. So with that being said, you guys, it's be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boy is up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next video, and I will leave you guys with a promo from King Darius Books. All right, bye, y'all.
What's up, everyone? It is Darius asking you to check out my newest children's book, DJ Stands on Business. Follow along as 5 friends who are entrepreneurs by the name of Pixel, Raven, a dynamic duo we can learn, and a children's book author named DJ use their entrepreneurial spirit to save money to go on a trip to Mexico. So follow along as children can learn about terms that teach them about entrepreneurship and give them the opportunity to open up the world in the adventures of friendship and entrepreneurship. You can check out my children's book, DJ Stands on Business, as well as DJ's Favorite Day and Twinkle Little Star at www.kingdariusbooks.com.